Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video,
Hello, everybody. It all comes back to Zintria in the finale of the Witcher blood origin, which is probably fitting since so much political and magical power is concentrated there at this point that it wouldn't make much sense to end things anywhere else. And as with the main series, it all revolves around the monoliths and their ability to open portals to other realms. Merwin wants to use them to start colonizing new worlds, by force if necessary. Balor, meanwhile, is looking for personal power above all else. He even sacrifices his apprentice Fenric, the person closest to him, as a means by which to achieve the chaotic power he's seeking. The Witcher Blood Origin Ending Explained Episode 4 recap: the gang infiltrates in Tree addressed as Golden Empire guards, and then they split up. Cyan, as promised, takes Jarl to Merwin, but the Empress isn't buying the ruse. She keeps Jarl with her and orders Cyan executed. Meanwhile, Egil leads the lowborn in revolt, capitalizing on their consistent mistreatment. They're all starving, though the show hasn't done a great job of showing this, instead choosing to mention it casually every now and again and her reputation as the Lark. This episode also further transforms Jarl, since his prototype version of the Trial of the Grasses in Episode 3 was a bit ad hoc. It's basically a death sentence. The idea is to have him kill Balor's beast before he himself becomes too monstrous, losing himself to the transformation. While he fights Balor's beast, Egil confronts Merwin and Zack. Eir and Syndrome confront Balor, who is now very powerful, splitting the action into 3 distinct strands. The resolution between Egil and Merwin is simplest. The former stabs the latter and leaves the knife embedded within her, presenting her with a choice. She can either leave it and perhaps survive long enough to be helped but face the consequences of her actions, or she can remove it and die like a coward. She chooses the second one. Obviously, the conclusion to the other 2 matters is much more significant. Jarl becomes more and more monstrous as he fights the beast, and while it's eventually defeated, he loses himself, ripping Luthrak in half and then clubbing Brother Death to, well, death. Only Egil and her singing can calm him down slightly, but only long enough for her to stab him and put him out of his newfound misery. What causes the conjunction of the spheres and why? Syndrome's plan is to merge with Balor and use that combined power to shatter the monolith. And again, this is successful, but at a considerable cost. The shattering of the obelisk tears time and space apart, and the planes of existence begin to bleed into one another. This is the conjunction of the spheres. We see humans washed up on the shores, forcibly wrested from their own worlds, and we're assured by the narration that nothing will ever be the same of mage's malice and monstrous mayhem. Then cuts to a few months later. Elle is pregnant with Jarl's child, and she and Meldoff are with Ithlin, who lays a head on her belly and speaks another prophecy. This one about how the Lark's blood shall carry forth the first note of a song that ends all times. In one of her blood shall sing the last. Apparently, this is once again blood origin being tied to Ithlin's prophecy, and the connections don't stop there. Blood Origin finally catches back up to its framing device, showing Jaski our finishing writing down the story recounted to him by mini-driver's Carrot, who implores him to sing the Song of the Seven so that they can find hope and strengthen the story of their ancestors and be ready for the great change to come. Finally, in a mid-credits scene, we see Avalak holding Syndrome's monolith book watching Sirius. She plays with the lowborn kids in the first season of The Witcher. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it. Make sure to like the video and subscribe the channel for more exciting content.